Could a narcissist ever change? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. I just looked at a study. 2014 said 52.5%, I believe it said, of narcissists in a 2-year period saw remission. Remission is one of those words. Just seems like a BS word. Remission. Just sounds like to me, my gut, I hear it. I think of cancer. I think of BS. I think of pharmaceutical companies. I think of American culture and not trying to cure anything. Let's find a way to make money off of this. Anyway, I don't get off topic here, but I saw another study. I think we see now where I'm about to go with this video, but another study said, that's nice. My neighbor waved at me. They know I'm struggling. They're just nice. It's good when neighbors. Anyway, the other study said that NPD. This fucking thing is gonna be in the way. Sorry guys for the crappy start of this video. Okay, NPD, can it be cured? It said 52.5% in a 2-year period. In a small 2014 study said remission. There was 52.5% of them had remission. Another study showed that no, if you have NPD, you cannot be cured. And I agree with the latter. True narcissistic personality disorder. It's a personality disorder. Therefore, it's a paradox. Therefore, the main contributing factor of someone with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, not traits, not like our average America nowadays on Facebook, social media, validation. No, the clinically narcissistic person with the actual diagnosis, the main factor that keeps them from healing is self-awareness. And I would argue, let's crash the car. Ooh, almost crashed the car. Just like I said I was going to do in the last video. Check out my last video if you want to see how I'm going to crash my car. Anyway, getting a little ADHD, had a couple cups of coffee. Self-reflection. They can't do it. They won't do it. This mic keeps falling down. There we go. All right, is that better? Sorry about that, guys. This is going to be... Sorry. Okay. Sorry about your headphones or the mic if I just screamed in the mic. I'm going to try and talk in a good neutral voice now. Okay, they can't look at themselves, right? And it's a paradox. If you have NPD, and this is just my... I want to create dialogue in this video. What do you think about NPD? Can it be cured? I don't think it can. I think a lot of things, like by definition, like it can't be. And I don't know, like maybe like the hardest collapse ever. I still struggle. I think that might have actually happened to me. I don't know. Like I definitely had trait narcissism. I like to never say never, but I don't like the remission garbage. I don't like that. I'm 52. Like, no. If you have NPD, you can't self-reflect, and it is. And I think the only time that can happen is like the most extreme of narcissistic collapses, where you are literally died and were reborn. Like it's like, I think you're more likely to, if you're a narcissist, you're more likely to move away, destroy everyone and everything around you, and than you are to, look inwardly, because that is the last option. Yeah, maybe that's the cure. Torture. Yeah, I think about I don't know if you guys seen, spoiler alert, if you guys seen Shutter Island. I think of that movie all the time. I love that premise. And I think about that with anybody with a psychiatric disorder. Like, and I think about my childhood. I think, like, I wanted to create a perfect environment. I remember always thinking that even as a little kid, I was like, if a perfect, like, I don't know if it was subconscious or not, but I was like, if a perfect environment of situations happens, this person will be able to self-reflect. I didn't understand narcissism. I thought it was a jovial term. I thought it was like, oh, you're just selfish. I didn't understand the depths of narcissism. You know, someone grew up with, I think, all three of the people I grew up with were narcissists. And like, I remember thinking I could stage an event and then they would have to look at themselves, just like in Shutter Island. You know, would you rather live as a monster or die as a good man? And that to me is like the most, this brings me to tears. It's like, that is like such a profound line. And I think about it all the time, because that is the existential crisis of a narcissist. Because unlike a psychopath or like certain other personality disorders, and everything's a spectrum, but narcissism is just a wounded, often a emotional person that couldn't handle their environment. They just couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it, and they, you know, can't look at it. And I think the longer a narcissist lives, it's like, again, I talked about in that stat, there's like, is narcissism, what is the peak age for a narcissist? For people being narcissistic, and it's like 13, and like, yeah, it might manifest like that, yeah, but I think the older a narcissist gets, the more damage they do and the more shame they have about it. Often, I mean, nothing's all, but, you know, having kids and raising kids like shit and being a piece of shit, not being able to look at it, you know, it's real convenient to just not have to look at yourself. It is an easier way to live life. In some ways, it's cowardly, but yeah, it's like, I think of that line from Shutter Island. And, you know, people want to live as monsters. You know, it's hard to kill the psyche like that. I don't know. I think now I'm going deep about this. You know, the topic is, can narcissism be cured? Can NPD be cured? And it's like, I say no, but at the same time, there are some very potent psychedelics in this world. And it's becoming more, I think that is kind of like, I don't know, I think about certain people in my family. I think about certain people I know that are vehemently against psychedelics. They're scared. Oh, I bet you're scared, you little narc. It's not going to be fun for you. No, 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 no. So maybe enough mushrooms can cure a narcissist. Blown out. Whatever. I crashed my car, but try to tweak this camera. But yeah, I think by definition, you know, my position is they just won't, like, even with psychedelics, God, Sopranos is so good. I'm rewatching it for like the, I don't know, 7th time. I don't say that with pride. I'm an idiot. I'm a loser, obsessive, whatever guy. But to me, The Sopranos is pure art. It's the human condition. That it manifests. It like personifies the human condition. If that's the right word, whatever. Better than any show. Better than any medium. So it's some music. I don't know. It's a different medium. Let's say VA, visual arts. Than anything, like any movie, any show. To me, I watch that. It's like looking at a painting at different times in my life. I get something different. I'm rewatching it now. I'm getting more and more and more. And my point bring up Sopranos is that scene where Tony does peyote and he has this like awakening. But it's funny, even a narcissist, and I'm guilty of this myself, like using psychedelics as like I get it. That's almost grandiose. Like, I understand. I did this. It's like, that is not what that is. Now you're going back. Now you're going back. As time goes on, just like Tony, he went back. Melfi asked him, so I guess you've given up on changing. He says, yeah, I guess so. And yeah, I think when you have a family and all that, it's just that's too much. It's too much. Like, it's too much to look at. If you have NPD, it's just, it's a tough road if you're, I don't know, every path's different, but yeah, psychedelics I think might be the only way. Drug-induced, I mean, it worked for me. If I had NPD, I mean, I definitely had some. I definitely was delusional. I definitely had a lot of delusion. Shame, delusion, and I'm still healing, but I can finally look at it. It's super hard, and it only happened because the worst environmental, situational, familial, social environment, and drug-induced, and job-induced. Like, everything had to go wrong and keep going wrong, and like the pain, it was like fracturing my brain, and like just my brain was just like a bowling ball of softness, and with that was depression, delusion, like just like psychopath, like everything, suicide, like everything bad is just like, it was like, it's just like reshaping into like, okay, I will look at things now. I'm like, I don't know, like I think rock bottom is real, man. I thought it just had to be environmental and like, hey, no, yeah, pain, man, holy crap. So that was a little tangential. Can narcissistic personality disorder be cured? Oh, I got a little bit of time before I can hang out. Can it be cured? I go back and forth. I would say I lean towards no. But again, I definitely, if we're talking about the two studies, between the two studies, I lean towards the latter. I don't like the 52% over 2 years had remission. To me, that sounds like you got some people with narcissism. There's so much wrong with a study about narcissism. I feel like intuition is maybe more important with stats on this topic than a lot of things, and your gut. Let me explain. So just picturing a study about narcissism, right? Okay, this is not whatever. The first thing you need is you need a professional. So someone picks the professional, somebody that can, I mean, narcissism isn't the hardest disorder to see, so I guess that's not that big a deal. So, okay, assuming you can find a professional that can actually vet narcissists and tell who's a narcissist. Then there's a spectrum of narcissism, but let's say they get grandiose, 10 out of 10 NPD, almost sociopathic level narcissism, right? You get 50 of them, male and female, 25 male, 25 female. And you ask them questions. You try to, and assume they all want help, that's why they're there, which I don't buy. See, I don't even know how you get that. How do you even get that together? I don't even know how you get, I guess you get somebody in therapy. I feel like it has to be therapists not telling the narcissist that they are a narcissist. Like that person will leave. Are you kidding me? So I don't know. Like everything about the framing is just like anything in life. Like if you ever dealt, I feel like whoever writes a study on narcissism is like they don't know what narcissism is. I just don't believe it. Like it's like people that when you say a toxic childhood, like in every, my childhood was toxic. It's like, yeah, everyone's childhood's toxic. It's like they think that like nobody there's no such thing as a normal childhood equates like extremely dysfunctional, abusive, complex trauma inducing childhood. It's like that's not the same thing. No one there's no such thing as normal, but there is. So it's like I picture that type of person, doing a study. This is like, again, I'm coming off super judgmental, like very cynical, but like I'm trying to be honest. Like, how do you get narcissists in a room? Like, I don't see that happening. Like, my point about the whole growing up with complex trauma, like, if you understand narcissism, it's just like, it is just constant deflection, gaslighting, manipulation, unwinnable. So how do you get these people to do a study? It's like, it would be like trying to like herd cats in a room. Like, it's like, I picture 50 narcissists in a room, 10 times harder than having 50 cats trying to just wrangle them up by yourself. It'd be much easier to get 50 cats in a room and then put them in gather them and have them relax and sit. Like that would be easier than 50 narcissists. You would be completely out of your mind by the time you left that room. Anyway, so we're gonna end the video here. Let me know below what you guys think about narcissism, if it can be cured, what's your experience, how you're healing with it. Again, people that it's unfortunate. People that are watching these videos often are have been damaged, are doing, you can't see the forest through the trees usually. So it's not like any of these videos I'm doing are preemptive for the most part. But maybe there'll be a few people that pop in and then, might pop in again when they are seeing red flags, maybe, or to, other people making this kind of content about personality disorders. But, I understand you probably ran into one. You're doing the healing work. You're trying to look for answers. Came around this subpar channel. Here I am. Hi. Thanks for sticking around. And let me know below. In closing, I don't believe in that remission crap. Cat analogy again. 52.5% of narcissists had remission in a 2-year period in 2014 study. Google it. It's the first thing came up. I didn't really look into it past that. Maybe I should have. That's actually, I'm being full disclosure. I didn't look at it. I just saw the headline. But immediately after that, no, NPD cannot be cured. They cannot self-reflect. And I agree with that. The one caveat, every time I say it can't be cured, every time I say NPD is incurable, I'm saying that and I believe it, but I also hate pigeonholing something that hard. Like, that takes away, like, there's a beautiful story that can be told, a beautiful path and a pattern that can be broken, I feel like deep down. So when I say it never can, I mean that under like a clinical situation. Clinically, by definition, and we have to have things in, like in a framework like that. I think it's like to understand a disorder. But then having said that, it's like, well, these the professionals, the mainstream, the traditional, and that's changing now. I'm about to go into a place right now that does ketamine. They don't know they haven't done enough research, I think, and they're not allowed to. I think MAPS, or I forgot what it's called, is trying to change that. But the caveat I have to say is that I think with enough psychedelics, anything's possible. I want to give a narcissist. I want to give one of my parents just like 10 grams of mushrooms. Throw them out in the Amazon rainforest. We'll see what happens then. That might crack some of the ego, but yeah. So that's the closing, the convoluted closing. Convoluted closing. CC. I want to coin that. All right, 2 cups of coffee, 20 milligrams Adderall. This is what I look like. Hi. We'll catch you guys later. Let me know what you guys think.